Hallelujah. I actually have something to add on. Sorry. I just thought about it. So picture this. Picture this. Service 51. Ulupanan Depot. Let's just use Ulupanan Depot as a reference. So typically, because this is the longest bus service in Singapore, actually no, I think it's more of like it has the most stops or something. I forgot which record this service holds, but you kind of get the point that it's a long distance bus service. And usually for this kind of bus services, it's they perform one trip up. I'm just gonna roughly draw it like this, and then one trip down, and probably one final trip of service 51A for the midnight runs, and that's it. Off service. Sorry, my stroke order should be this. It's so messy, but whatever. But even if you don't have 51A, it's just one trip up, one trip down. They only have to complete 2 trips. And then they can call it a day. But what does STC want? I mean, they didn't do this to Service 51, thankfully, but I'm just using this to illustrate. Imagine they force convert Service 51 into this kind of bus service. So from, let's say as an example, from this number of stops, they aim to cut it down to 10 stops. And by these 10 stops, it's probably something like Jurong East, Pandan Reservoir, I don't know, Alexandra, Queenstown MRT, Havelock, okay, that's 5 stops, and then Bugis, 6, Kalang or Aljuni, 7, Geylang Serai, 8, Hougang Avenue 3, 9, Hougang Central Interchange, 10. Imagine it's like that. So the roads used are still the same as 51R. It's just that every single intermediate stop gets skipped and they only prioritize like the major stops. So conceptually, it's supposed to be like this. The difference is now, instead of just performing one trip up and one trip down, because apparently STC says, this service will be faster. You need, from just 2 trips, it'll be inflated to like, I don't know, 22 trips. Or even if that's not like realistic, okay, from 2 trips, maybe you perform like 12 trips. Like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And maybe 51A. Remember, it's still the exact same route. But the poor BCs have to drive from Jurong East to Hougang instead of it just being once and twice. No, you gotta do it for like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, something along those lines. So you guys claim that it's like shorter cycle time, right? And therefore you could run more trips and magically use less resources, right? For the same distance. Because I skipped all the intermediate stops. I only stopped at the major stops. They claimed this. But instead of like just driving, let's say 30 kilometers, I'm just using a rough estimate. I don't know if this is even accurate. 30 kilometers up and then 30 kilometers down. You have to drive 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. Tell me how that is bus captain welfare. And this is already assuming that you could just Sonic the Hedgehog throughout the route. Sonic can just destroy all his enemies in the bus's path. But no matter how much like traffic light rigging or bus priority you have, I'm sorry, it's not that simple. It's not like the bus is able to like just Sonic the entire distance. Now instead of your bus drivers just driving 60 kilometers, no, this amount would like double, triple, quadruple, and whatever. You get the point. So they, yes, it might take like hours to complete a 60 kilometers journey, like Ofuku, like back and forth, right? But now your poor BCs need to like drive 240 kilometers. Tell me how regardless of how fast or slow, it doesn't matter. The fact is that your bus captains will now need to drive a lot more. So tell me, how the fuck is this bus captain welfare?